Hello, and welcome to Bear Sense. And now this is part 2 of that trade that I was dealing with last week, and it went my way. It went my way on this occasion. I think the main things, if you look on this image, the inputs were wrong. They really were not based on the dashboard. They're based more on the macro understanding from this image. This will hopefully, give you an idea of the sort of parameters that I'm looking for on a macro level, and I felt they were met during the trade. So therefore, I implemented an entry not based on the 50-minute time frame. Now, it did actually go my way, which was good because I was having a bad week, to be fair. So what happened? Okay, so we made that short off that macro knowledge, and it happened. It happened a lot of it because there is some fiscal squeezing that's going on. The carry trade is being affected by what's going on globally and economically, and that registered. It registered in the output data, and it registered in the movement of price against the euro. So the carry trade was open. The euro is strong, but the carry trade is open across with a very defensive Dixie rise. So there's tightening going on, but the carry trade was clean and the carry trade was open. So we got a clear movement on USD. We also got a clear movement on the Australian dollar and USD. That obviously came in way too early here, and because of that macro knowledge, it hit a premium, which I clearly should have waited for, tried to understood where it was, retested the premium, but did act as the report said and dropped down. How many percentage there? Dropped down a clean 1.34%, which was actually really, really good. The last one was USD JPY, and again, nice entry there. Reaction from a fair value gap, but more so, if I turn Bear Sense back on, there was an input for a short entry, which effectively means there was a big volume sort of implementations at that price, which also aided the idea of USP being a good carry position, and showing that the USD strength is still dominant, and the risk on for Japanese yen is still catching pace. So yeah, all three of them worked. How lucky was I? Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe I actually saw something through my little indicators. But keep on watching the trades. I'm going to try and explain the way that I strategize through these things. It can feel a little bit complicated, even in my own head, let alone to others. But it gives you an idea of my macro understanding when trying to look at entry levels on a sort of ICT basis, and why these input fields are very useful. Knowing exactly what the macro knowledge and your entry knowledge is trying to tell you regarding to where price is and the movement is prices. So keep watching, hopefully, and as we evolve, I'll teach you a bit more about this little indicator that I've created called Bear Sense. Right, see you in the next one. Ta-ra.